This video series is part of a larger initiative from Create to Learn, a partnership between Taking It Global and Imaginative. So follow Create to Learn's Instagram or the hashtag Create to Learn on social media to find more series that teach youth digital skills. The last bit here is we're just going to add some post-processing, and we're going to go over like the exporting, where to save the image and render it out. So it shouldn't take too long. Okay, so it looks a little bit plain right now, and I know you think it might not look very nice, but that's because we haven't done any of the post-processing. So in order to do that, we are going to go up here to this camera and then make sure we have the render engine set to Eevee. Okay, so we're going to go ahead here and turn on the ambient occlusion and then the bloom. And this is what makes it look really nice, our image. So once we select that, it adds that nice glow. You can kind of see we have the glare from the sun on the water. Yeah, we can tweak. Something doesn't look right still. It's something with this texture here. Don't mind me. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can adjust some stuff on it. Like, it looks metallic-y, but I don't have it selected. Looks just as bad. I don't know why. It turned out nicer one of the other ones I did. So I don't know what I'm missing here. It's gonna bug me because it doesn't look very good. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna adjust a bit of the HDR environment in the background because I want a little bit more of the reflections on the water. So I just adjusted the X a bit and then the Z. So I want a nice flare, something like that. You can have it more up over here. Sorry, I'm just looking to see why it looks so terrible. It's really bugging me. Shade smooth, we'll just leave that. I don't know what I did wrong. It turned out nicer in another video I did. Okay, so we're gonna go back here to the layout, and then yeah, we have our material here for the sun. If it selects it, maybe a little bit brighter. Oh, that looks nicer. Okay, so we're going to go back up here to the context render, and then we have the bloom. We can turn the intensity up a bit, and then I'm going to turn the screen space reflections on. You can turn them on or off. I'm going to go ahead and leave mine on, and then under Kit color management, we'll come back to that. I always forget where it's hiding. So you're going to want to go up to the camera here. Make sure you click it and then click this camera down here. And then we're going to turn on the depth field so it blurs it. And then we're going to select this eyedropper here, and then you can select anywhere on this landscape here to focus. So maybe somewhere like this. No. I'm being picky. Yeah, you can X off and adjust to where you want it. So maybe I don't want the screen space reflections on. And you can adjust the position of your background here. if you want. Like the last bit is always just like a little bit of tweaking, seeing what you like, you don't like. So I have the camera focused on this. And then I think I'm going to go down to the color management now. And then under look, you can select one of these here. You can just play around, see what you like, what you don't like. If you don't want anything, you can select none. So let's see what low contrast looks like. It's a little too dull. Medium low contrast. Oh, that's a bit better. Maybe this needs to be darker. I'm sorry I keep going back to this. There's just something with this that is bugging me so much. Maybe it's just like a smidge too dark. Okay, you know what? That looks a little bit better. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think I'm fine with that one. So the last part we're going to go over now is the output settings and rendering the final image. So make sure we're going to go down to this button here, context output. You can leave the resolution at 1920 by 1080. This is just the quality of it. So yeah, we want it 100%. And then output, you can select PNG, JPEG, whatever you want. Yeah, we don't need to use that. We're not using any of that. So this last step is actually super easy. It's not hard to do. I guess like if we did an animation, which maybe I can go over in another tutorial, it's a little bit more complicated rendering out that process. We'd actually have to touch some of this stuff down here. For the final image, super simple. All you're going to do is go up to render, then render image, or you can hit F12. Lots of shortcuts, saves a lot of time. So your computer might lag, freeze up a bit, but that's totally normal. It's just rendering that image out. All right, so this is our final result here for the image. Looks pretty good so far. It looks better than the last one that I had did. We're gonna go to image, save as, and then save it wherever you want. And I'm just gonna name mine tab 3. And then you can save the image over here as JPEG, PNG, whichever you like. Yeah, I usually either go JPEG or PNG. It doesn't really matter for me. Just I guess whichever more quality you want. And then save image. And then if you navigate to your Finder down, nope, Documents. So these are some renders that I had done. This one was a little bit nicer. It looks really good. Yeah, so you can just adjust like the camera, the position, the depth of field, the colors to like your liking. There's no right or wrong way to do that. So, you know, thank you guys for following along with this 4-part series. And I hope that you learned something from this, that you can kind of create your own little scenes in the worlds that you want to build. And it's all about just having fun. So you can actually save these images. You can share them anywhere on social media with friends, family, or if it's just like a little hobby you want to do. So yeah, thank you guys.